that your dad?
Mm-hmm.
Gosh.
What?
Why does it look like you're trying to get away?
I'm probably...
Your hair, man. That's crazy.
From Mexico.
Oh, gosh. Oh, baby.
Was that great? I was 16.
Look at that kitty. You're older than me, though. I would have been 14.
You were 14.
Let me see. Here, let me pull up mine. What I would have looked like next to you. Zoom in. I don't want to see Jamie. So that would have been me at that time.
Boyfriends.
This is boyfriends. I look so... No, I look too young for you. That's creepy. Hold on. Let
I
me
look
find
too young
something
for
better.
you.
You're how old there? 16?
Yeah.
Okay, let me find me at 16. And we'll...
Boyfriends.
This is the boyfriends. And then the kiss.
You kissed Jamie. Ready for the first word? And...
Blue.
Yes. You get a prize if you get all these right.
Oh, what's my prize?
I guess you just have to see.
Sleigh.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Beyonce.
No.
Do it again. D.
Mm-hmm.
A.
Mm-hmm.
R.
Yes.
K. Is it dark?
Yes, you got it, baby! You got it!
Goodness. Just eat that. Is that my prize right there?
Yes, I'm your prize. I turn you to vampire. You vampto. A vampire dough. My little vampire.
He said no, don't do it.
He said no.
No,
He
don't
said
do
no.
it.
He said no.
He said no. He said no. Don't do it.
Help me.
Don't do it.
Help me, Brando.
Don't do it.
He's attacking me. He's attacking.
Where's Vecna? Where's Vecna?
We're back in the air.
Go on. Here's a good jump.
Like this?
Put your arms behind your back. Alright, good deal. Go ahead.
Hello, it's your Sleepy Gaze here to tell you that this video is being sponsored by Helix Sleep.
Y'all, it's a new year. We've made it. 2026! 2026!
Year of the Dough.
New year, same mattress for us. Because we love our Helix Sleep mattress, so we don't need to get a new mattress. But for you, it may be a new year, a new mattress. Because New Year comes along, everybody makes a resolution. Most of us make a resolution, even if we don't intend to. I tell myself every year I'm not going to make a resolution, but it happens. But restful sleep should always be on that list of resolutions that you make.
You agree?
Because if you have bad sleep, that's just going to snowball into everything else, right? And that is where Helix comes in, because with a new Helix mattress, you're investing in yourself. You're investing in your sleep.
Our old mattress was already falling apart after the first year. It was... I was young at the time, and I was already having a bad back. I feel like at the time, well, especially with being in the army and doing heavy stuff all the time, it was not a good mattress for us. And then this was like such an upgrade.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
An upgrade for my back, an upgrade for my sleep, an upgrade overall.
And then 5 years later, I mean, we have two. We have this king size and we have a queen size in the other room. And 5 years later, it's perfect. It's like held its shape up. It's still got that comfort level that it originally had, which is super important.
And honestly, breathability too. I think it's a pretty breathable mattress. I tend to like see mattresses that I feel very suffocated in. It's like my skin can't breathe in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that this has like pretty good breathability, where it's not like you're gonna get super hot. It's not like you're gonna feel suffocated, anything like that.
Because we've lived with our Helix Sleep mattresses for so long, we are tried and true. We know exactly how these mattresses are gonna hold up for however many years, and we're rough on our mattresses. You know, we are pretty rough and tumble on them, and that is why I felt comfortable working with Helix for so long. I mean, we're about to go on 6 years. Helix Sleep offers premium mattresses and bedding customized to fit your needs and is conveniently shipped right to your door. A really cool thing, if you click on that link down in the description box below, it'll take you to Helix's website where you can take a sleep quiz. Alistair and I took our sleep quiz to figure out which mattress was right for us, because Alistair is a side sleeper. I'm an all-over sleeper. He likes a really firm mattress. I like a little bit more like medium. And the quiz matched us with a Helix Midnight Luxe mattress. Now remember, you can rest easy with the Happy with Helix guarantee, which ensures seamless returns and exchanges if it just ain't working out for you. But I don't even think you're gonna have that problem, honestly. And while we do very much love our Helix Sleep mattresses, we have also gotten to experience the Ergo line Helix Sleep mattress topper from their mattress topper collection. They've got a bunch of different mattress toppers. And sometimes you're just not ready to upgrade a full mattress, and I get it, right? So that's why they have that mattress topper collection, so that you can get the comfort of Helix Sleep without having to upgrade the full mattress, right? Would highly recommend the mattress toppers if you're not looking to just fully replace the mattress. Whatever you're looking for as far as restful sleep, Helix is the right place to find it. So if you or anybody you know is looking to invest in your sleep this year, you can go to helixsleep.com/zachandb, where you can take advantage of their flash sale exclusive partner offer, and you can get 27% off side-wide. I'm seeing a trend going around right now on Instagram and TikTok, and folks are posting their 2016 throwbacks. You know, 2016, 10 years ago at this point. And we're going to put off the vlog because I really want to reminisce about 2016 a little bit here for y'all. For a lot of y'all, you've been here with me since 2016. And you know, 2016 had a lot of bad in it for, you know, a multitude of reasons, just for people as a collective and in society, but... And it sounds shitty to say, for my life, my personal life, it was one of the best years of my life, because where I am now, like the foundation for that began in 2016. 2016 set my entire life up, and I have such warm and fond memories about 2016. And the vibes were just, I don't know, they just felt like, you know, I don't know. And that's not the way it is for everybody. You know, I've talked with a lot of friends, and some people agree with me, and you know, they feel the same way about 2016, and other people are like, I don't know why everybody's so, you know, ready to jerk off 2016. It was one of the worst years of my life, and that's just us as people, you know, different experiences and all that, but it truly was one of the best years of my life. And I went into 2016... Oh, and just such the shittiest place that I've ever been in, right? I was seeing a guy on and off throughout college for like 3 years, and that relationship finally came to an end towards the end of 2015, right? So I was super brokenhearted. It felt like I was never gonna get over that. It felt like that was, you know, the end all be all, and I had lost my person. Reflecting back, that was never gonna be my person, but you know, when you're young and that's your first big heartbreak, it feels like that. And so I would spend a lot of my time going on dates or meeting up with guys and just trying to, like, I don't know, I was looking for attention. I needed something to fill that void and to make me feel better, and you know, I was looking for somebody to love me, and I was looking for this is gonna be my soulmate, my forever person, and all of that. Eventually I started talking to this guy, and I only talked to him for like 2 or 3 weeks, and not very long at all, but he was right off the bat giving me that attention that I was looking for, and that I was craving. And he was telling me, you're so cute, and I could see a future with you, and I could, I wanted to have kids with you and stuff like that, like real love bombing stuff, right? And so that's everything that I wanted to hear at that point. And so I was like all in on this guy. I was like, yeah, this is gonna be the guy. We didn't say I love you or anything. We hadn't gotten that far, but we were like, this is the guy. This is the guy. And so I went home at the end of 2015 for winter break. My folks were living in Oklahoma. They were stationed in Oklahoma at the time. And when I got there, there was like some big ice storm or snowpocalypse that happened. So we were all just camped out in the living room around a fire because we didn't have any electricity. And I remember texting him, and I would call him, and he like wasn't really answering my calls. And I would text him, and he would give me like really short answers. And if you've ever been in the dating scene or in the talking stages, you know that if some guy is giving you short answers, he's likely not into you. If he was into you, he'd be talking to you. He'd be asking you questions, telling you about his day, all of that. But he was giving me these short answers. And so I knew it. I dated enough by that point to know that that is not a good sign. And I think in my brain, I just couldn't handle that. That was freaking me out. I was like, oh no, I'm going to lose this guy now. And, I feel like I really like this guy. So I remember, leaving the living room and going into the back bedroom to the quietest part of the house because I wasn't out at that time, and I would text him, or I would call him and he wouldn't answer, and I would text him. Really embarrassing, but I started texting him these really long messages saying, hey man, it's okay if you don't like me. I kind of get the sense that you're pulling away. But if you don't like me, please don't leave me, don't leave me hanging. Don't string me along. I really like you, and I would really like this to continue. But if you don't feel the same way, just let me know, and I can move on. Just like long messages. And he didn't respond to any of them. So just humiliated myself. And when I got back to Alabama, when I got back to Tuscaloosa, going into 2016, I just felt like real shitty about myself, right? Felt like there was really something wrong with me, something super unlovable, and had the heaviest broken heart that I just couldn't seem to feel. And I just felt really, really down about myself. Was pretty emotionally disconnected from my family anyway. I had a lot of conflict with them, and definitely abusing Adderall and Vyvanse, drinking a little too much. And so just not in the greatest place overall going into 2016. But I told myself that I was not going to text a man like that again. That was not going to fucking be me. I was not going to be pathetic and desperate like that. And so I just stopped talking to guys. I was just done. I didn't want to do it anymore. But I really felt directionless at the beginning of 2016. Didn't know what the hell was going on with my life. I'd missed a lot of school just because the previous year had been so chaotic, and I really I'm like a big self-sabotager. I was especially back then, and I had like sabotaged my entire life at that point. And so I felt like I had no real future, and I didn't know what was going to happen in my life. And so I would just watch. I had a laptop, and I would watch reality TV. I'd watch Mob Wives. I would watch Fuller House came out, that year. And I remember taking a week off of fucking school. Terrible, 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 terrible. I get it. We're 10 years on from that. I remember taking a week off from school just to watch Fuller House. And I would just lay around depressed. I would watch YouTubers. I'd watch these gay YouTubers, and pretty common experience for us gay men is we would go online and find YouTubers, and those YouTubers would connect to their lives and, feel like, yeah, that guy kind of represents me. And I had a few of my favorites, and I would just watch YouTubers, gay YouTubers. And it's kind of like, well, I would like to do that. Coming out stories were really big. They were really big at the time. They were like everywhere. Everybody had a coming out story, and I was like, I can do a coming out story, I guess. I like shoved all the crap under my bed, and so nobody could see it in the background. I pulled like an old camera that I'd had for a few years out, set it up in front of my window, and I made my coming out story, and I uploaded it, and I felt really, really proud about that. And I was super excited with how it turned out that I won. And it got like no views. There was nobody watching it, but I was, really fired up that I wanted to make more videos. I was like, I really like doing this actually. And I feel like I don't know, it's a little therapeutic. I feel like I'm, saying a lot. And so I started making more videos, and then the views picked up, and it just kind of snowballed from there. And YouTube, I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't doing it for attention. I don't think I realized I was doing it for attention at that time, but I definitely was. And I was getting the attention that I was kind of craving from other people, without having to go and lay myself at the feet of a man. And people were really nice. And, there was some bad that came with it. I used to do cam work, and, not long after I started YouTube, that cam work, all those videos started dropping on the internet and being shared around, and there was like tons of people who would go and like link the videos in my comment section. So I spent like all my time just like feverishly deleting comments of people linking those videos, and I felt really embarrassed and humiliated, and the internet is forever, and I just didn't really believe that at the time. But 10 years on from something like that, it just kind of is what it is. Doesn't really affect me as much anymore, but at that time it felt like a really big thing. And aside from that, in my decade on YouTube, it's really felt like I've had a phenomenal experience. Folks have been really, really kind to me. Y'all have been really supportive and loving. And, the biggest gift that I've gotten from YouTube, while at the beginning all of the attention felt really nice, what I really got out of it was that y'all have really widened my worldview. Like, I had a very small worldview at the time, and didn't really, I always say that the best thing your parent can teach you the best thing a parent can teach a child is that other people exist in the world. I didn't really think like that, I didn't really know, I wasn't thinking outside of myself, and, then I'm getting comments about, and people are, because when you put your life out there, you're given license for people to come in and comment and give opinions and critiques about it, and also share their own life experiences. And that was my favorite part, is people would start coming in and giving their own life experiences and sharing their own stories. And I loved that shit. And I felt so connected to a body of people for the first time in ever, and I felt really seen. That was what it was, I think, is I felt incredibly seen. I would tell these stories of my life, and I felt so seen by the comments and the people coming in. And, you had some assholes here and there, but the large majority, 90%, were really good people. And, that's carried with me for 10 years. I came out that year. Not too long after that, because, my videos were picking up, and I was like, well, shit, my brother is starting to kind of become aware that, I'm getting these followers on, like, my Instagram page, and, people are commenting, and he's wondering what that is. And so, like, I had to come out to everybody, and, I'd carried a fear of coming out to, I'd come out to my mom already, but I'd carried a fear of coming out to anybody else in my family. And what their reaction would be, and if it would be negative, because, we come from this, Southern background, and I didn't know what that was going to be like. And I got to release that. I got to just get rid of that fear, and I can't even, it's really hard for me to even comprehend at this point that I even had a fear of something like that. It's wild. It's the wildest thing. I can, hardly connect to that frame of mind anymore, but I remember being very, very scared about it, And I begged my mom, just please, you tell them, just tell everybody, just let them know, right? Because I couldn't bear to do it. She was really great, and she did that, and then I was out, And I feel like as a gay man, I have to come out quite often, especially when we were in the military. I feel like we were always coming out. I also met Alistair that year, right? One of the biggest and best things to come out of 2016. I met the love of my life, my soulmate. And, I wasn't even looking for like a soulmate at that point. I was really burned by men. And I was, and gotten back into the talking stages with, some guys. And then he came along. I was like, hey, I liked one of your videos. And I was like, thank you. And then we started talking about Buffy, and he was the first man that I ever really connected with on such a personal level. He cared about my thoughts and opinions, and he cared about the things that I cared about, and we had commonalities, and I don't know, he was just really, really exciting to talk to, and I was just so addicted in a way that I had never been addicted to a man ever, right? even the guy that I had been seeing for like 3 years, that just, I feel like I had to be a version of myself that would kind of keep him around, versus I could be completely myself with Alistair. And he loved me and I loved him, and our relationship grew really, really fast. And I think there was a lot of red flags in that ride. All the love bombing that we did was a huge red flag, and we did move way too fast. We were engaged by October, and I had a lot of unlearning to do and a lot of learning to do. I had a lot of things that I needed to work on in myself, and a lot of tools that I didn't know I needed, that I needed to find, pick up, and really reflect on myself in order to be a worthwhile partner for somebody like him. But that didn't happen. That's not how it happened, We jumped headfirst into it, into the water, and 2016 that's what it brought me, and that's where we ended up. And I believe that it had to end up that way because he was the one. He was meant to be. We were meant to be together. But things just ended up how they ended up, right? And I wasn't thinking about anything like that. So throughout the entirety of 2016, I'm in this new relationship, and I'm really smitten with this guy, and I'm going and seeing him in Atlanta, and I'm traveling to Austin to see him, and we're meeting like halfway, and he goes back to school, and I'm going to West Point to see, my boyfriend, and then he becomes my fiance, and it was just this whirlwind of just good feelings, right? And that's what 2016 felt like to me. It was just this whirlwind of good feelings, and it ended on such like a positive note, whereas 2015 ended on such a shitty note. And I went into 2016 thinking that I was gonna, like, where the fuck am I going in life? And by the end of 2016, I felt more sure about the direction I was headed in than I ever had in my life. And again, I'm like 22 years old at this point, so it's how most 22-year-olds feel. We feel like, where the fuck am I headed in life? It's pretty calming, but it feels really heavy. It feels really big. And that's crazy to think that that was 10 years ago. And in these 10 years, so much has happened, and, good and bad, but 2016 set the foundation for everything that has happened in the last decade. And so anytime I see people reminiscing on 2016, I'm just, puts butterflies in my stomach, It was just fun. And it felt carefree that year. That's what it also felt like. I felt like I had no fucking responsibilities. I felt like I had, I had the world ahead of me, right? And it's just magic. It's like a certain magic that you feel. Now we're 10 years on, 2026, and it almost feels like we have come full circle to the 2016, and now we're beginning a new loop. So it's a new decade, and kind of trying to think what I want from this year. I rambled so long that my very own camera cut me off, so I appreciate it if you made it to the end of this video. It was just a ramble video. It was just a little bit of reflection and reminiscing, and I don't know, sometimes that's nice, so I hope you all enjoyed it enough. My goals for 2026. I want to finish up a book that I've been talking about for the last 10 years, starting and stopping that. Age is creeping up on me, so there's no more bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and there's all the time left in the world to do that. The time is now, or it ain't gonna happen, so I'm gonna do that this year. Also, just, small things. I want to take Alistair to an Alabama home game. We haven't done that in the 9 years that we've been married, the 10 years that we've been together, so I'd like to do that. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it pretty simple, I'm looking for that magic again. I want to feel a little bit of magic in 2026. So, I don't know. Let me know what you are looking for in 2026, and I hope you get it. I hope you get to 2027 and you're like, 2026, that was a good year. And in 10 years, we're doing another throwback challenge. We're like, 2026, those were the vibes. But, I don't know. There's so much darkness in the world, and so much chaos, and as a people, we are going through a lot, and so we just got to look for the little happy moments where we can find them, and just know that I appreciate all of y'all. I love y'all so much, and I have appreciated having y'all for the last 10 years here with me. And I kind of want to do a little bit more anniversary content this year, so we'll see. Kind of plan this out.